And once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Todd Duke, Zach Roseman, Josh Roseman all along with you. Game number 4 of the day, and that features the Alton Redbirds taking on the Rail Splitters from Lincoln, Illinois. And here is what we know about these two teams. Alton, well, this is their very first appearance in this basketball tournament, if you can believe that or not. They are in the Southwestern Conference. They are coached by Eric McCrary. He is in his first year, and this team is off to an 0-9 start, or the Alton Redbirds. And they're 0-5 in Southwestern Conference play. They average just about 41 points a game at 40.9, and they give up almost 62 per game at 61.6 for Lincoln. They come in, this is their 25th appearance in this tournament, and they have 6 titles to their credit, 3 of them in the 1900s, 1985, 1986, 1987, 3 years in a row. 2009, 2013, and 2014. They are coached by Neil Alexander. He has been here for all 25 appearances for his Lincoln team because he is in his 32nd year coaching Lincoln, and he has a sparkling winning record of 734 wins, 231 losses, and not much has changed. And Lincoln comes in this year with a perfect mark of 9-0, and they are 2-0 in their conference play, and that is in the Apollo Conference. And Lincoln comes in averaging about 46 points per game on average, so just 6 more points per game than Alton, but they are a stingy team. Lincoln is on the defensive side of teams, having only given up an average of 31.1 points per game. That is about double what Alton is giving up per game. So we'll see if that holds true here tonight as we begin this contest. The Alton Redbirds will send onto the floor Alex Macias. He is a freshman guard. They do not have heights for Alton. Adrian Elliott is also a guard. He is a senior. Roger Elliott is a forward, also a senior. Byron Stampley Jr., a guard who is a junior, and Izeal Brown, who is a forward and also a senior. So no heights for Alton. And I have not had the opportunity to do one of their games yet this year, or else I probably would have had a roster in my possession that has all the heights on it, but that's not the case. For Lincoln, they will trot out onto the floor. Aiden Goen, he is a 5'11 sophomore. Elijah Paulus, a 6'3" senior. Tyler Saucy, a 6'5" junior. Jake Blevin, a 6'2" junior. And Peyton Cook, a 6'5" senior. And Zach Roseman, just looking at the numbers and the stats for Lincoln, it looks like they're up to their old tricks. They don't score a lot, but they definitely don't give up a lot.
Yeah, I saw somewhere that somebody had put together a list of the best scoring defenses in the state, and I think Lincoln were in the top 5. And that's not especially shocking.
Nope, not at all.
I mean, people who have been watching this tournament for a long time, they know what Lincoln do, and it's
hard to stop it.
Yeah, have fun. They are tremendous. I mean, this is a bit of a new look team from a couple years ago. Of course, they do have a very nice family connection because Peyton Cook is the grandson of Norm Cook and the nephew of Brian Cook. Brian Cook, of course, went on to play at U of I around the turn of the millennium and went on to play in the NBA for a number of years. So, and there's definitely a talent, and this is a pretty young Lincoln team. They only have 2 seniors on the roster, and only one of them starts. So, this group of kids that Lincoln has are going to be around for a while.
Alton, on the other hand, they have fallen on some hard times, as they used to be a team that kind of just threw everything up against the board and saw what stick, but they're not having a good year this year. They're 0-9, 0-5, and wasn't a few years ago that Alton knocked Collinsville out of the playoffs with a very, very good team.
Yeah, and that was 2019. 2019 They came through, and they had a really good team. Donovan Clay.
Yeah, they had knocked Collinsville out of the playoffs here on this floor.
Yep, regionals were. Yeah, I think that was a good. I mean, that was a good Collinsville team with a lot of the core that would show up for the 2020 team the next year.
Yeah,
and I think they went like 27-6, and they had a regional, and they ran into Alton.
Yeah.
And
won their regional semifinal, but Alton won the regional championship game.
And then they ran into E.J. Liddell.
Yep. And the rest was history.
Yep.
All right, Alton, they are in the red uniforms, and they have gold numbers, and the gold letters spell Alton on the fronts of their jerseys. Lincoln, they're in the white jerseys, and they have the word Lincoln on the fronts of their jerseys in red stitching. Numbers on the backs are in that Christmas green, and there wasn't a better team suited for a Christmas tournament. You can't tell me that Lincoln's not one of them. They have all the Christmas colors. Turnover by Lincoln to start off with. That's how we get this one rolling. And Alton with the chance to get on the board first. Here is Byron Stampley. Stampley now in front of the Lincoln bench, gets the ball back from where it came from. And around the corner it goes, and then settles in over on the wing. And Adam Elliott thought about that three-point shot, but pulled it back down. We're just underway here in game number 4. Winner of this game will get Quincy tomorrow afternoon. And a three-point shot won't fall. And the rebound belongs to Lincoln. Yeah, that game will be at, most of it will be in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It's an 11:30 start.
Now we'll see what time it actually starts.
We'll see. We'll wait around for that one. But
yeah, after this morning.
Well, Madison showed up late today after a win today. You think they're going to show up early or late tomorrow? Well, we have an hour later of a start, so they don't have to be here for the 9 o'clock start. They have to be here for a 10 o'clock start.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, ultimately they did get here, and it seems like the short turnaround really wasn't that big of an issue. They beat a pretty darn good Belleville East team.
Yeah, that was a pretty good game. First 2 games were really good. Game number 3 started off that way with a 1-point lead by Quincy after one half, but Quincy poured it on in the third quarter, and really Altoff, it looks ugly on paper, but Altoff held on as long as they could.
Yeah.
Here is a 0-0 contest. We've had a couple of turnovers, but that's about it so far, as Alton is playing a bit of Waldo ball and playing some keep away here from Lincoln.
Yeah, trying to figure out this Lincoln defense, and they haven't hit anything yet.
No, they have not. 2 rebounds for Lincoln, but Lincoln has 2 turnovers to show for those rebounds. We'll see what, for the first rebound anyway, they lost the opening possession, and now they come around to the top of the key for Blevin. Blevin into the corner now, and that is Polis. And around the horn we go, and Lincoln will play a little keep away for a while as well.
Over to Saucy, a little late. Gowan.
Yeah, I think.
Everybody will touch the ball.
Everybody will touch it. Yep. There is Gowan at the top of the key. He bounces it at the free throw line to Cook. Cook almost lost the handle on it, but gives it up to Polis, and Polis inside for Blevin. Now back outside we go. 3-point shot for Gowan on the way. That one misses the mark.
It's his own rebound.
And it's his own rebound. Put up, still won't go in. And this time the rebound belongs to Alton. That's their first rebound of the game. Here is Adrian Elliott. Thinking the assistant coach for, never mind. We'll save that thought for later. Back out front we go for Elliott. Elliott wants to back up and does so, and then gives it up and does so to Stampley. Stampley over on the wing, on the right side. Back over this way for Elliott. We have Adrian Elliott and Roger Elliott on the floor at the same time for Alton. Roger hasn't touched the ball yet. Here is a 3-point shot from Adrian Elliott. That misses the mark, and the rebound belongs to Lincoln for a moment anyway, and then the whistle will stop action.
They threw it out of bounds, and Cook was just heading up the floor and wasn't really paying attention. As see a substitution as. Do we have it?
Jeremiah Van Zant getting ready to check in for Alton.
13, not 10. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes numbers are a little deceiving.
The number font is a little weird.
Yeah. Happens to me all the time. Wait till you get older. Here's another 3-point shot by Alton. They are 0 for 3 now from beyond the 3-point stripe. And every time they have shot a 3-point bucket, the rebound has belonged to Lincoln. Lincoln now out rebounding Alton 5-1. Back to it, Lincoln. Here is another 3-point try. No good, but
lob play.
Yeah, that was a nice job. Peyton Cook, one-handed, puts it in, and we are finally underway with a score. Took almost halfway through this first quarter. We have 4 minutes left, 2-0 Railers.
I think this game is going pretty much exactly
Oh,
the
yeah.
pace that
Got them right where we want them, don't we?
yeah, that Lincoln wanted to be. In one of their games earlier this year, I believe the score at halftime was they were leading 11-4.
Nice. There's a fadeaway jumper that didn't fall in, and the rebound belonged to Alton, but so did the turnover. Well, Neil Alexander, his 32nd year there. He is also the athletic director there, so when we drove out there for the football game a couple of years ago, we were greeted and met by Mr. Alexander. Not a nicer guy in the world of high school sports, if you ask me.
Yeah. He's been around a long time and
Sure has.
Really just class act all around.
Into the corner it goes. Now Lincoln into the perimeter. Will kick it back out. 3-point shot on the way, and nothing but net for Elijah Polis. And 1 for 2 from beyond the 3-point stripe now for Lincoln after that one. 5-0. Railers with the lead. Here is a dribble drive by Roger Elliott. He turns the ball over. Lincoln comes back up the other way. Here is Polis. Polis over on the wing for Gowan. Back out front to Polis. And then over into the corner it goes. It ends up with Cook all the way back out front. And here is another 3-point try. That one misses the mark. And the rebound belongs to Lincoln. And driving it and putting it back in is Peyton Cook. He now has 4. 7-0 in favor of Lincoln. Alton trying to bring it up, looking for their first points. They've had their opportunities. They've had their shots. They just haven't been able to sink any yet.
Yep, we'll see 3 players come in for Alton, and 2 for each.
2 for each now. On the wing, another 3-point shot. That one was blocked. Third turnover for Alton. Here is Polis. He brings the ball back up with 2:15 left to play here in a very fast-moving first quarter.
That's the nice thing about Lincoln. The games go quickly.
They sure do.
Because they don't foul much. And Alton haven't fouled much either.
No, we've had no fouls in this game yet. And the ball goes to Saucy, pulls up in the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to go, rebound. That belongs to Izeal Brown. Alton brings it up, 1:55 to go. These substitutes might not have a chance to come into this game.
Well, give them, they'll be able to come in at the end of the quarter anyway.
Yeah, I know. Stampley out front, and back into the corner it goes. Dribble drive by Roger Elliott from the baseline, goes over the rim, and it falls onto the ground.
Great play
saved by Lincoln.
Great play by Bivin, hustling over from the far side to go get that shot and get a rebound.
Lincoln back at it again. Gowan dumps it off into the corner for Saucy. Dribble drive and into the paint, and that is off of an Alton player and out of bounds.
All right.
As Jake Blevin tried to make a move. Camden Nelson checks into the game for Lincoln, as does Drew Hayes.
6'4" freshman.
And for Alton, they bring in Hassani Elliott. There's 3 Elliots on this roster.
Another freshman, and then Blake Hall.
Blake Hall.
I wonder if he's maybe a cousin of Nate.
Nate, Jeremy, and all the Halls.
Rebound. Maybe.
Jeremy's here. Well, I can ask him when we have a chance to.
Yeah. I'm not positive. I can't affirm that.
Whistle on the play. We'll have our first foul. And it's going to belong to Cook.
And they'll bring him out and bring in Jaden Klopp, 6'5" senior. And I guess Alt made a substitution too, but not sure who came in.
She'll be able to tell you here in just a second. If I can see some numbers. Well, that one's going to be thrown out of bounds. Well, they just brought in Jeremiah Van Zant.
Yeah.
Stampley's still out there, as well as Elliott. And the aforementioned Blake Hall. And Hassani Elliott. So I have 3 Elliots on the floor at the same time. How about that?
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to use last names. It'll be easier that way. Elliott to Elliott to Elliott. There is a dribble drive, one-time pickup by Polis, and then over here into the corner it goes to Gowan. Back out to Polis. Polis at the free throw line gives it up for Hayes, and then back out into the corner it goes for Nelson. Gowan, one dribble, picks it up, and then gets it right back.
See the victorious Lady K-Hawk basketball team coming back into the gym after their nice win.
Yeah, I tell you what, Talisha Gilmore had the game of her life.
Was it 13 and 24?
16 points, 24 rebounds, 5 blocks. That's a game.
That's got to be close to the rebound. I wonder what that's got to be close to the rebound record.
I don't know. I don't have a Lady K-Hawk program yet this year. I don't know if they made any or not. Into the quarter comes along, and Alton held scoreless
Football score
in that first half. Yeah, we have a touchdown by Lincoln, and they defense held Alton off the board. A timeout on the floor, our first one here in game number 4, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you. Quarter number 2 is underway. Lowest combined total score, 58. Lincoln 34, Dunlap 24 in 2011. That is the lowest scoring game in this tournament's 36-year history prior to this year. And right now it's 7-0.
We're on pace for 28
in favor of Lincoln. And Alton being shut out right now.
I don't know that I've ever seen that before. Seen a team not score at all in a quarter?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not in this tournament, not as long as I've been doing it. And a long rebound shoved out of bounds, and that's a turnover by Alton. That's their 4th one here in this first half. And Lincoln will have first opportunity here in quarter number 2 to add to their 7-0 lead. And you're playing Lincoln, 7-0 is more like 14-0.
Yeah. they're gonna look for their shots, but they're not gonna rush by any means.
Polis gets it over into the corner for Nelson. Back to Polis. Nelson for 3, and he didn't rush it. He didn't need to because that was pure all the way. It rattled right on in.
Yeah, that Nelson name, I don't know if he's related to some of the other Nelsons that have come through Lincoln over the past.
It's a very common name.
Yeah, it's a fairly common name, but the name Nelson has some significance in Lincoln. I think maybe Jordan Nelson, who graduated from Lincoln about 12, 13 years ago, I think is their maybe like 2nd all-time leading scorer behind
Alton plays the patience game as well, but their patience...
Yeah, their patience hasn't been rewarded.
No, it has not.
And, well, I guess part of it's because, well, Lincoln make you be patient.
Yeah.
It's very, very difficult to rush Lincoln.
There is Polis with the ball. 6:15 to go here in quarter number 2. Over onto the wing for Gowan. And around the perimeter again, and a dribble drive high off the glass, and 2 more points there for Elijah Polis. And Polis now has 5, and it's 12-0 now in favor of Lincoln. Here is Byron Stampley. Stampley gets it over into the hands of Alex Macias. And then across the line it finally goes. Back to Macias, top of the key. Macias over onto the near side sideline, then over onto the wing. 3-point shot, and Lincoln handles that. Another rebound on a 3-point shot missed by Alton. They're 0 for 4 now, and Lincoln has gotten all 4 rebounds. And then the Railers throw it away.
Let's see Isiel Brown come back in, as well as, is that Van Zant? Yeah.
5:39 left to play.
Okay, so it is Jordan's younger brother. All right. It is believed to be anyway.
Believed to be. It's a 12-0 score. That is dead fact right there. 12-0. Alton with the ball. Into the corner it goes. They kick it back out to the top, and that is Stampley. Stampley gets it over onto the wing now for Elliott. Back to Stampley. Stampley on the left wing, throws it up into the corner, and bringing it back out was Van Zant. Now all the way over here on this wing and back to Stampley. Bounce pass at the free throw line. Trapped. Kick it back outside. Van Zant for 3. That was an air ball. Lincoln, they bring it back up. 5 minutes to play here in this first half. Alton looking for their first score. On the wing it goes. That is Klopp.
And Cook. We'll see Cook and Bivin re-enter. They'll come in for Gowan and
Klopp.
Yep. And 33. Let's check that one.
Adrian Elliott, by the way, is the team leader for Alton in points with 94 on the year. And there is a three-point shot from Camden Nelson. That's his second. He now has 6 points. Elliott, 94 points, 11.8 on average. Byron Stampley also averages in the double digits at 10.1.
Well, so far, the whole team.
Yeah.
I mean,
You knew it was coming.
There it is.
There you go.
All right.
Adrian Elliott gets his team on the board. 3-point shot, 15-3. And it comes with a little bit more than 4 minutes, so for a quarter and a half almost. Alton was held scoreless. That one's tipped out of bounds by Alton, so Lincoln will get the ball back underneath of their own basket. 4:13 left to play here in this first half. Lincoln with the lead and the ball. And as we've already mentioned, they're patient with it. They'll throw a lot of it outside, and I could sit here for days telling you about all the passes. I'd get too tired. Underneath the basket, kicked back outside now for Nelson, and a whistle on the play.
3-second violation.
Lane violation by Lincoln, their fourth turnover. Alton brings the ball up right in front of their bench. And now in front of the Lincoln bench it goes. And it goes into the hands of Adrian Elliott. Elliott has the only points on the board for Alton. Got him from pretty much where he's standing right now, and that ball is tipped out of bounds by Polis as
Is that Klopp? No.
Saucy comes back
Saucy
in.
coming back in. And
That's Van Zant checking back in. Oh, no, he's the outbound guy.
Hey,
He's throwing it back in.
yeah, Hazel go back to the bench. There it is.
So Alton back to work. 3-point shot from the corner. That's a little bit short. And once again, every time Alton misses a 3-point shot, Lincoln gets the rebound. The only time that hasn't happened was when Elliott made his 3-point shot. Into the corner it goes to Cook. Cook gets it back out to Polis. Polis over on the wing to Saucy. Back to Polis. 3:10 left to play here. And a 3-point shot. That's nothing but net. Off of the hands of Camden Nelson, and he has now got 9 points, all of them off of 3-point shots.
It's a really, really pure shot. And we'll see us come back in. I think. Yeah. We'll see us come back in, and
Yes, we will have the Granite City game later tonight. We'll have all the games here on the main floor in this tournament.
And you can watch the games in the auxiliary gym, all 9 of them, on the K-Hawk Athletics YouTube page.
Well, that'll start tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
So if your team didn't win on the main floor, you can check out the K-Hawk Athletics YouTube channel for tomorrow's games from the auxiliary gym. That will be without play-by-play. It'll just be a live feed of the game and the score. Alton stuck on their 3 points that Adrian Elliott got for him a little while ago, trailing 18-3. Into the corner it goes, and out of the corner it comes, and back over to Elliott. Elliott dribbles his way back toward the K-Hawk logo here at midcourt. 2:20 left to play here in this first half. One arm pass back over to Elliott. Elliott over onto the wing. Dribble drive by Stampley. He pulls up a little short, takes the shot, and took it a little too hard, but there with the rebound is Macias, and a foul, and young Mr. Macias will be going to the line.
They're going to give Polis, and it's the second foul. We've played 14 minutes of game action.
Macias.
This is the first one as Hall and Hassani Elliott come back in.
Alex Macias, 6 of 13 from the free throw line coming into this one, so now 6 of 14. And he'll make the second one. And now it's an even 4 points on the board for Alton. They trail by 14 with 2 minutes to play here in this first half. Pass across the line, across the way to Cook. Cook on the left wing. Gives it up, and into the corner it goes. Back out front for Paulus. All the way around. Saucy into the corner for Blevin. And back out to the top of the key for Nelson, who already has 3 3-pointers in this game. Saucy gets it over to Paulus. Into the corner once again for Nelson.
It's not like those are soft passes either.
Yep, another one for Nelson for 3, and he drains it. Holy moly. Camden Nelson can't miss. I believe he's 4 for 4 from the 3-point line as a team. The Lincoln Railers right now are 5 for 6.
And that's what Lincoln will do. And if they're hitting like they are and defending like they are, because, I mean, 4 points and a half. And it wouldn't be the first time they've done that this year.
No, probably not. Here's a 3-point try. That one almost went in, but the rebound belongs to Lincoln once again. My calculations are correct. Lincoln's out rebounding Alton 11-3. Over onto the wing it goes on the near side for Lincoln. Bounce pass
great
underneath.
Backdoor play.
Yeah, backdoor play. Paulus, makes him pay. And with 40 seconds left, Alton brings the ball up, looking for some more points before they head to the locker room. They'll slow things down a bit and give to Adrian Elliott. Elliott all the way back at the midcourt stripe. Will dribble with his right hand over to the left and then give up a pass. And the pass onto the wing for Stampley. Back over to Elliott. Elliott back to Stampley. 20 seconds left. Into the corner it goes. And back to the corner. And a drive to the baseline. Knocked loose. Lincoln comes away with it. 7th turnover for Alton. Slowing it down a bit is Paulus, and they'll give it up to Saucy, and Saucy will give it up, and they'll hold on to it as long as they can. 3 seconds left, and at the buzzer, no!
Front rim, not a bad look.
Not a bad look at all there off of the hands of Elijah Paulus, and we head to the locker rooms, and Lincoln has themselves a commanding 23-4 lead at the end of one half of play. We've had a total of 27 points scored in one half of basketball. We'll see if the record is in danger of falling here in this one. We'll take a break. We'll come back and give you the first half stats, and then second half action will be coming your way, and we'll do that all here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and that care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
In Collinsville, call Scott Allen at 618-346-1500.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking, LLC, 618-960-9346 or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville and Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Projects in and around your home can be daunting and overwhelming. Take the stress out of those projects and let AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions do all the heavy lifting. Former K-Hawk Adam Welly can help knock those projects off your list. From framing drywall, painting, and stair work inside to deck work, hardscapes, and concrete and retaining wall construction outside your home, including power washing and brush removal. Whatever the task, AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions can help. Call Adam Welly for a free estimate at AW Indoor and Outdoor Solutions, 314-252-8010. That's 314-252-8010. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Extreme Details, owned and operated by former K-Hawk Jay Merkel. Jay and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or an RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, and they vacuum every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 977-1224 or visit Extreme Details at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details. Having problems keeping your ride on the road? Roadman Automotive in Collinsville can help you keep your ride rolling. Roadman Automotive offers everything from diagnostic tests when that check engine light comes on to tune-ups, alignments, brake and suspension work, and more. Oil changes at Roadman Automotive start at just $35. Roadman Automotive is open from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday and is located at 936 St. Louis Road in Collinsville. Check out the Roadman Automotive Facebook page for daily specials. Call Roadman Automotive at 618-223-1878, online at roadmanautomotivecollinsville.com. Roadman Automotive. Keep your ride on the road with Roadman Automotive. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside's all-star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Lakeside Roofing, celebrating 50 years of serving the metro area. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene with Visionary Wealth Advisors at his new Collinsville office located at 106 North Clinton, or call Brad at 618-467-8420.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 23-4. That's right, 23-4 is our halftime score. Lincoln over Alton after one complete half of basketball. And here is a look at your stats. Leading scorer in this one, Camden Nelson. All kinds of three-pointers for him. He is 4 for 4 from beyond the three-point stripe to account for all 12 of his points. He's the leading scorer in this game thus far, followed by Elijah Polis. 7 points for him, and Peyton Cook has 4 points. For Alton, they have a total of 4 points. Adrian Elliott scored 3 of those, and Alex Macias has the other one. Rest of the numbers look like this from three-point land. Alton is 1 for 9, while Lincoln is 5 of 12. From the free throw line, Lincoln did not have a participant at the charity stripe in that first half, as Alton ended up going 1 for 2 in their chances. Lincoln out rebounding Alton right now, 16-8. And the turnover department has Lincoln with 5 and Alton with 4. It was 7-0 after 1 quarter of play. Alton didn't score a point in the first quarter, and they've only scored 4 in the second, and they were outscored 16-4 in that second quarter, and that brings us to our 23-4 score at halftime. Final break comes your way next, and third quarter action will come your way right after that, right here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Rich's Record Emporium on Main Street in Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz. And classic rock, it's always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl by the hundreds, plus new releases by new artists as well as reissues by classic artists. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's Record Emporium. There, you can test out all the latest in audio gear, from top-of-the-line speakers to the latest in new turntables, plus amps, streamers, and all of the accessories like needles, belts, and more. While you're there, check out the music-related wall art, as well as t-shirts, record cleaners, and so much more. Plus, if you can't find it at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Come check out Collinsville's only record store, Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in beautiful uptown Collinsville, 618-795-1333, online, richesrecordemporium.com. Ogle Auctions in Collinsville, your place for online auctioning. Go to ogleauctions.com to check out the week's items up for auction. Ogle Auctions deals in everyday items like board games, t-shirts, clocks, antique items, and more. To collectible items, anyone in the market for, say, a trolley? Or maybe you're into more treasure troves like vinyl albums, cars, or motorcycles. And Ogle Auctions is always on the lookout for more auctionable items. Ogle Auctions of Collinsville. Auctions every Sunday at 7 p.m. Check them out at www.ogleauctions.com or call Kim or Mike Ogle at 618-218-2117. Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a K-Hawk sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' K-Hawk sandwich. Cafe Agape, check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them.
Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Day number 1 of the 37th Prairie Farms Holiday Basketball Classic here at Collinsville High School. Madison, Decatur, MacArthur, Quincy have already won here today. And this game between Lincoln and Alton is right now in the favor of the Lincoln Railers, 23-4, and they have the ball to start off half number 2. And more patience and more passing around the outside of the perimeter is what you'll see here, as Lincoln not in any hurry to continue pouring points on the board when they've already held the opposition to 4 first-half points.
Yeah, I mean, they're up.
Well, there's a turnover, though.
How many is that for them?
5.
5? All right.
That's their 5th. And Alton with a chance to dig into that 23-4 lead. Over here into the corner it goes, on the near side corner, back out front from Messias and all the way back out. And now Stampley with it. Over here on the wing to Elliott. Elliott leads his team with 3 points on a 3-point shot in the first half. Second quarter, all of 4 of Alton's points came in the second quarter, and there's a stuff job underneath the basket against Alex Messias. He has the other point for Alton. Inbound pass coming from Elliott all the way out to Messias. Messias dribbles with the left hand, top of the key, spins around, gives it up onto the wing now for Elliott. Elliott will back his way up toward the midcourt stripe. And then around the horn it goes. Dribble drive by Messias, but he's fouled, and that's going to be the first one on Tyler Saucy. Only the second one this whole game for Lincoln. Matter of fact, Alton didn't commit a foul in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, I mean, oh, wow.
There's a nice inbound pass right off the bat, and Roger Elliott puts it in for his first 2 points.
Yeah, it seems like Lincoln fell asleep a little bit there on the inbound defense, and it
Saucy dribbles and drives, kicks it up into the corner, and then back out front for Polis. And back into the corner for Saucy. Now to the top of the key now for Blevin, and Saucy with a three-point shot, and that one falls in too. These guys are not afraid to take the three-point shots, and for the most part, most of them go in.
Yeah, what did they shoot, like 5 of 7, 5 of 8, something like that in the first half?
Something like that. 5 of 12.
And Coach McCrary will take a timeout. 30.
30-second timeout coming your way, coming our way, so we will do that. In just a moment, we'll return on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
Todd Duke, Zach Roseman back with you. Younger brother Josh Roseman also here helping us out today, but Zach's the one on the other microphone, at least until we get to the Collinsville game at 8 o'clock, and then Dr. Chris McCluskey will take his usual spot. Into the corner it goes, three-point shot. That one skips across the rim from Byron Stampley. Rebound belongs to Alton. Redbirds trying to dig back into this lead. They're down by 20, 26-6.
See Van Zandt set to come back in here in a second.
That ball ends up out of bounds. First game of the day was won by Madison, 55-48 over Belleville East. MacArthur High School out of Decatur. They took care of Edwardsville 53-44. And Quincy, they ended up taking care of Altoff after Altoff put up quite a fight in the first half. Final score was 54 for Altoff, 73 for Quincy, but it was only a one-point game at the end of one half. There's a drive by Lincoln, and that ball falls down and right into the hands of Roger Elliott. Elliott brings it on up. Excuse me, that is Adrian Elliott. And then around the horn it goes for Alton. Elliott. Back out toward midcourt. We're in the third quarter, 26-6. Lincoln Railers have the lead. And at the free throw line, there's a little shot there that was taken and wouldn't fall in for Izeal Brown, and the rebound belongs to Lincoln. They bring it back up.
I mean, that's the way to beat Lincoln's zone, is to get it into the middle, and they did that, but the shot wasn't able to fall, unfortunately, for Alton.
Saucy into the corner, back out front now for Polis, and then back out all the way around the horn, comes back to Saucy from one corner to the other. He started that whole run off in one corner and then finished it off in the other corner, but the ball stays alive for Lincoln. Saucy comes out, takes it at the top of the key, and then he loses control of the ball and finds the handle, and now it's going to go into the backcourt where it's still on the ground. Alton comes away with it, and now we finally have a whistle to stop all the bodies flying all over the place, and the possession arrow says it's in favor of the Redbirds.
We'll see. Well, we'll take the time for, I believe that's Brady O'Neill, to mop off the floor.
Tavion Drake, man, he's chimed in all day long with things that he's thinking about during this tournament. He's like, Lincoln could win the tournament. Earlier he was like, Quincy could win the tournament. And before that he was like, this team could win the tournament.
Well, I mean, he's right.
I know, man, it's hard. I mean, you start getting the thought going on, and man, you can go back and forth and waver amongst from one team to the next, and it doesn't take very long, does it?
Yeah, I mean, you've got about this year especially. I mean, we talked about it before the Belleville East Madison game. You really have about 6 or 7 teams that maybe could win the tournament if circumstances go in their favor, and we've already seen one of those favorites get knocked out of contention.
Yeah, sure have. So if you thought Belleville East could win the tournament, well, they're not going to. They can win the consolation championship, but that's it.
I think they'd probably be a favorite to do so.
Probably. Dribble drive, and that was almost a carry, but into the corner it goes. Three-point shot on the way. Skips across the rim from Jake Blevin. Rebound belongs to Alton. They bring it up, and then they lose control of it, and then stepping out of bounds right at the last second was Jeremiah Van Zandt. And that adds to the frustration of Eric McCrary. He's pulling his hair out, and it's already short to begin with.
Yeah, we'll see Mr. Three-pointer himself, Camden Nelson, come back in, as well as Drew Hayes.
4 for 4 Nelson was from the three-point line in that first half. Over onto the wing it goes. Here is Cook. Cook in front of his own bench. Now out to the top of the key for Gowan. Bounce pass into the paint, turnaround shot, and that's good for 2. For Peyton Cook, plus he has a chance to turn it into a 3 after he was fouled. First foul by the Alton Redbirds in this game. And it belongs to Byron Stampley.
Yeah, I mean, Alton have had a lot of trouble this game, but foul trouble hasn't been one of them.
No, they play cleanly.
Yeah, I mean they've played clean, and that's one of the things about playing Lincoln is that if you're patient, they're not gonna foul you, but if you're patient, you don't have to foul them.
That ball was ripped right out of the hands of Jeremiah Van Zant by Elijah Polis. And it'll remain with Alton underneath of their own basket. Adrian Elliott will inbound. Elliott does so all the way out front to Van Zant. Into the corner it goes. A dribble drive by Stampley off the glass high. Can't get it to fall. Rebound. Falls right into the hands of Peyton Cook. And the Lincoln Railers head back up court. 2:42 left to play here in quarter number 3. 22-point lead for Lincoln. And a bounce pass onto the wing for Gowan. Back outside, and a shot taken there by Drew Hayes. Wouldn't find the mark, and a whistle will follow, and the whistle is against Lincoln.
Yeah, Cook tried to tip the ball back in, but he was laying on the baseline. So.
Well, already had his feet on the purple part of that baseline down there.
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy, 6'5", so kind of hard. Just a little bit too big to pull that off.
Yeah. Rebound after a missed shot there by Alton. Lincoln brings it back up. Here is Polis, and into the corner it goes for Nelson. Nelson kicks it back out, and to Gowan again. Over onto the near side wing, back out to the top of the key, and then into the corner on the far side. Back out front now for Polis. Polis, one bounce, gives it up. Hayes hands the ball off to Gowan. Now they'll just do that for a little while and waste some more time, and they'll spin into the lane, take a shot. I don't even know how. That first one still ended up in the hands somehow or another of Peyton Cook, but Cook now with 8 points, and it's a 30-6 contest as Alton brings the ball back down court, looking to break the 10-point plateau before the fourth quarter rolls around, but they'll have to wait a little bit longer as they roll the ball out of bounds with 89 seconds left.
Yep, we're on pace as we will see number 13, Jalen Conway, come in for the Rail Splitters. Will replace Gowan, a 6-foot senior is Conway.
There is Polis, dumps it off into the corner. Now back out front for Hayes. Around the corner it goes for Conway, who just came into the game. Now back out for Nelson. And Nelson will try another 3, and that's his first miss. And a whistle afterwards.
And they're going to get Hayes for a foul there. Gripped onto the ball and got too much arm.
So Hayes picks up his first, team's second here in the second half. Matter of fact, the Lincoln team only had 2 fouls in their first half. All the way down and into the corner it goes. And coming out of the corner, that would be number 11, Noah Harden. And then into the corner and a 3-point shot. That one misses everything except for the hands of Jalen Conway. Into the corner for Nelson. It gives it up quickly for Hayes. Back to Nelson in the corner. We're down to the final 40 seconds of quarter number 3.
Look for Lincoln to hold for one here, possibly.
Maybe not.
Or not.
Nope. That one goes in. Well, Cook now with 10 points.
Of course, now that I say something, is see Klopp come back in, or
maybe,
possibly,
could be. Oakville and Mundelein set to take the floor next.
I think that's Oakville that we see going into the west locker room.
Oh, that was under the leg dribble there. What a nice move.
Yeah, that was
Hayden Elliott, man. He just put that ball right between the legs of Jalen Conway.
And
now we're going to have a wholesale line change going on here for Alton.
Yep, I'll go ahead and.
So Drew Hayes comes off the bench and commits 2 fouls, and that matches the whole fouls on the board that Lincoln had before that. 3.8 seconds left, and Elliott hits a free throw. And wholesale player changes coming in for 3.8 seconds.
Yep. See Klopp come back in, and then all those people come in for Alton.
Elliott, another free throw, and he makes that one. And Alton has got themselves up to 8 points, but they won't make it to 10. And at the buzzer, that shot hits underneath the scoreboard, and that stops the clock with .2 left.
Is that a turnover? Is that a?
That sure is.
I get okay. I wasn't. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
Yeah, it usually doesn't. The only time that ever gets hit is by the volleyball teams.
Well, usually volleyball team it usually will go over the top.
Yeah, sometimes. All right, we head to the fourth quarter, 32-8 in favor of Lincoln, and we'll take a timeout and come back and tell you all about the fourth quarter in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Calling all sports fans. Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Caseyville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville K-Hawk sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs that you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers, sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest brew in town. And don't forget to try your luck at the Lucky Fox Gaming Room. Dine in and catch a game, or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-855-9500.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke, Zach Roseman, Josh Roseman, we're all with you, and we have one more game coming up here after this one. That would be game number 5. After game number 5, we get a little bit of a dinner break before we close out the night with games 6, 7, and 8. A dribble drive, and Hayes has that ball knocked right out of his hands. Better watch yourselves down there. You're going to sit on the floor down there underneath the basket. You better be prepared, man.
Yep.
Inbound pass comes in all the way out front for Polis, and he gets it around the corner and around the wing and into the corner for Nelson, and Nelson now 0 for his last 2 from beyond the three-point stripe.
I mean, still.
I know, huh?
I mean, 2/3 of your threes is a phenomenal percentage.
Oh, yeah.
So 4 for 6 is fine, especially when you're up by 25. So.
Sure. So if we have less than 18 points scored here in this fourth quarter, this will be a new record for the lowest combined point total in the 36 previous years of this tournament. They're trying real hard, aren't they?
Well,
credit to Lincoln for holding. Whoa, well, so much for that. Roger Elliott with a three-point shot there. That'll help, and Alton finally gets into double digits. Over into the corner it goes for Nelson. Top of the key for Hayes. He'll just hand the ball off now for another chance by Nelson now, and that one falls a little short. That one was inside the perimeter. Rebound belongs to Alton. Redbirds bring it up. Here is Adrian Elliott. Elliott just hit 2 of his 2 free throw tries, and he upped his mark. He was at 73.7%. Now he's probably right at 74. That three-point shot missed the mark, and the rebound belongs to Lincoln. Here is Elijah Polis, and Polis at the top of the key now for Hayes. Onto the wing for Conway, and into the corner it goes. Back out front. All this around the perimeter. What was the total? 58? Is that what I read?
Yep. 34-24. So Lincoln would continue to hold it in some capacity, as their, I think we mentioned it earlier, was 34-24 in their game against Dunlap in 2011.
Right now we have a grand total of 43 points in this game.
And
6 minutes exactly on the clock.
As we'll see Bivin come back in, and Nelson will head to the bench, and That may wind up being the end of his night. We'll see. Well,
Bullets across the way, and into the corner it goes. That is Conway. Back out front for Polis. Conway, or excuse me, that's 33, not 13. That's Klopp. And then back over to Hayes. Over onto the far right for Conway. Top of the key. No good on the three-point try by Polis, but there with the putback is Drew Hayes, his first points of this game. And a almost lost ball there by Alton as they try to bring it up. 5:25 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Alton with the ball. Adrian Elliott. He'll get it back. Into the corner it goes for Messias. Messias brings it out with a pass. Top of the key. Three-point shot. That one's off the mark, and the rebound belongs to Klopp. Paulus brings it back up. We'll see how patient Lincoln is outside the perimeter here as they just want to chew up time, but pressing the issue will make you drive to the basket a little bit more, and all over the place was Iziel Brown. He was all over the backside of Jaden Klopp, so Klopp to the free throw line.
Well, it's only the second team foul the entire game for Alton, so and Lincoln only have 5, so.
Klopp at the free throw line. His team is 0 for 1. The only free throw they had was Peyton Cook, and now Klopp misses the first one, so as a team, Lincoln 0 for 2.
See Van Zant come back in for Alton.
One more chance coming for Jaden Klopp, and he will hit that one. 35-11.
Oh, they're going to get Conway with the foul. That'll be his first.
I forgot to write down the score after the third. Oh well, it'll be on the paper that we get at the end. Alton throws the ball into the backcourt. Elliott brings it up. Over onto the far side, and now deeper into the far side corner, but that's picked off. Standing in the right spot at the right time was Drew Hayes, and he didn't have a problem picking that one off at all. Over onto the wing, Hayes, and then back out front for Polis. Over onto the far side wing. 11, and bring it back out front. They zigzag around like the Harlem Globetrotters do, man. Three-point shot misses, and the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll be Alton's ball.
12 points in 4 minutes. Well, less than 12 points, I guess, in order to break the record.
There's a slingshot pass into the corner. Three-point shot. That's a little short. And the rebound once again belongs to Lincoln. Lowest combined total score, 2011, so 10 years ago. Lincoln with the ball, 3:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter. Polis out front, onto the wing for Hayes. Hayes, one dribble, picks it up, and now the pass makes it back over to Polis, and all the way back around the other way we go. And Conway with it.
Number 10.
Conway.
Cage Kingsley?
Cage Kingsley. And a turnover by Lincoln.
C-A-D-G-E. I think it's Cage, and we'll also see Darren Stevens come in.
Darren Stevens.
As well as Trey Schilling. And we'll see Hayes and Bivin go to the bench.
So Lincoln has already dipped into their bench, and Alton
I think
would like a chance to score some points here. And trapped underneath the basket, trying to move out of the way, was Blake Hall, and
I think they're going to
a whistle on that play.
I think they're going to get Klopp for the foul here.
They will. It'll be his first. To the free throw line, Blake Hall. He is all of 2 of 3 from the year from the charity stripe on the Alton boys varsity side of things, and he's on the board here in this game with 1. Hall delivers the next, and that one's off the mark. Ball popped up all the way out front, and coming away with it is Kingsley. Kingsley works the ball up for Lincoln, comes in over on the left wing, and once again, it's the second time in a row that Jaden Klopp couldn't hold on to a pass.
Yeah, and I'm sure that he'll get, well, I mean, you're up by 23, so maybe a little bit of a
You got to catch those.
Yeah, like, you
that'll be it. You got to catch those, and then that'll be the end of that conversation.
Yeah. If it were a closer game, he'd probably get pulled, but.
No, the same phrase would be uttered, only there would be much more disdain to the voice. You got to catch those.
Exactly.
Here is Elliott. He almost lost control of the ball. Now he gets it back and throws it out front. And then over on the wing it goes to Roger Elliott. Back out to the top of the key. And then over onto the wing back to Adrian Elliott. And he'll launch a three, and that one hits the front of the rim. No good. There with the rebound was Jaden Klopp. Lincoln brings it back up with 2:15 left to play and lost the handle on the ball there for a moment. Did Kingsley.
I thought he traveled, but guess not.
Like I said, man, your eyes can deceive you up here.
Yep.
Lincoln. And a travel.
Okay.
Schilling moved his feet. Got the ball caught in between the feet as he was moving them, I guess. Under 2 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter, 35-12 in favor of Lincoln. Lincoln had a 7-0 lead after 1 quarter of play. And that lead blossomed to 23-4 at the end of 2, and Lincoln's been in control ever since. Not that they weren't in control at the beginning, but you know what I mean. They just kind of kept on separating the points. 3-point shot, no good. Alton has taken 15 3-point shots, and they have not made very many. Matter of fact, 2 is all I can count. And a loose ball picked up by Lincoln. And with 1:24 left.
5-on-4.
Man, I ain't kidding. Heard some bodies falling out below us. And finally, they get back down there, whistle on the play, and we're going to have a free throw participant, and I believe Darren Stevens, who used to star in the hit TV show Bewitched. Yeah, you have to be of a certain age to understand that joke.
We'll see Kion Carson and is that 21?
Got a 21?
No, 23.
Oh, okay.
Connor Maher.
Yeah, Connor Meager.
All right.
And a little bit off to the right, that one is. So
Stevens will miss both, right?
Yeah. So we have a total right now of 47 points scored in this game. That is 11 less than the record here in this tournament with 1 minute to go. And there's a big 3-point shot off of the hands of Blake Hall.
He's got 4 points.
He does. 35-15.
Which, when your team has 15, is a pretty good percentage.
Kion Carson into the game. Gives it to Kingsley. Into the corner it goes. Lincoln throws it back out front. And then around the horn, into the corner it goes. 3-point shot. That rattles but won't fall for Stevens. And the rebound belongs to Alton. And the Alton Redbirds have a little bit of a roll going here as a couple of points off the glass for Jeremiah Van Zant, his first points. And with 20 seconds left, Lincoln brings the ball up court.
Looks like the record will be set at, well, hold on.
Well, we don't know yet.
Well, I mean, I don't think Lincoln are going to look to score. So it
they probably don't look like they want to score, and they probably will not even try, and that'll be
52.
35-17 equals 52 points. We have a new record for the least amount of points scored in a game here in this tournament. It is now 52 after Lincoln and Alton combined for that much, but it's the Lincoln win, 35-17. We will take a break, and when we come back, it'll be game number 5 between Oakville and Mundelein. That game is scheduled to tip off at 4 o'clock, and it looks like we might be a little bit early in getting that one off, so what do you know? So we'll take a timeout, and we'll come back, and we'll tell you a little bit about that game before it starts, and we'll do that here in just mere moments on the K-Hawk Sports Network.